Hey everybody, this is Mark Neace of BingeGaming.tv, giving you the first episode of my new series called League of Guides. I'm a Platinum 2 player striving for Diamond. These guides are going to be gameplays where I focus on things that I did, good or bad. In this gameplay, I go 10-0-6 on Nautilus, so I want to dive right into the jungle changes, how they affected my strategy, and what works for me, and hopefully, it can work for you too, alright? So without further ado, I hope you like my new series. Check it out. Alright, so for Masteries, these are my Masteries. I just want to give you guys a quick look. 0, 21, 9. You can mix and match these a little bit. I would keep them generally the same though. I wouldn't really touch the utility tree. That's going to give you your best bet for a tanky CC heavy jungler like Nautilus. Okay, so here's a quick look at my Nautilus room page. Alright, so you want to have attack speed reds, armor yellows, and scaling MR blues. Also move speed quintessences. Obviously get the full 9 attack speed reds if you can. I couldn't afford it at the time. So the way that we're going to start this off is we're going to go for an aggressive open with machete and 5 pots. We're going to start red. Hopefully we're going to get a smiteless leash, and then we're going to go right for our opposite buff. Now obviously if you're on blue side, you're going to go right for your blue buff and smite it. If you're on purple side, you're going to go for your red buff and smite it. Okay, so with the 3.8 jungle changes here in this recent patch, the reason why I said this was an aggressive open is because basically you can now rush the 2 buffs back to back and go for a gank at level 3 when your opponents are going to be at level 2. So it's really strong. With a coordinated teammate, you can almost always get that first blood. Plus, in general, the jungle's just going to be more aggressive. So take advantage of that now before people start catching on, and do this strategy, especially with Nautilus because he has such a heavy likelihood of locking someone down. You see here I choose to gank Singed. You always want to go for Singed early before he hits level 6. After he's level 6, you're never really going to get anything done. He's just going to pop his ultimate, and generally he's going to run away. You're going to need a really strong gank, and it's often unlikely. You see here I'm going to get in a little skirmish here with Kennen and Singed, Shen, and myself in the river. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay. You see me trade between the 2 enemy champions here to proc my stuns. And then I'm going to flash over the wall at the last second to give Kennen first blood. Then I'm going to go right back through the bush, come in lane, and I'm going to grab Shen with my Q. Kennen's going to finish it off. He's now going to be 2-0 in lane versus Singed, which is enormously awesome because Singed is such a monster if he gets the late game unscathed. I'm going to go right back and buy my next item, my Spirit Stone. Okay, and then I'm going to look to gank bottom lane. Now this is kind of an interesting discussion point here because I often find players do this thing where with Nautilus where they don't abuse his early game CC advantage, and this is kind of what separates the great Nautilus players from the okay ones. Alright, so I'm going to take golems with smite, and then I'm going to go right into the tri-bush here and look to gank bot lane. Alright, my teammates, I have Lulu and Caitlyn. I'm going to show myself from this ward. I have no idea if the ward's there. I start to back in the bush. I get harassed a little bit. I walk away. I fake. Now this is where, as a jungler, you can metagame a little bit. Think outside of the box. A lot of these players expect you to do one gank and be done. You'll find a lot of the better junglers are unafraid to take those early game risks because they can really propel the game out of control, okay? But just keep in mind, the reason why I'm taking so many risks and re-ganking the same lane over and over again is Kennen now is 2-0 in top lane. One of the best top laners to get an early lead. I know that I don't have to worry about Kennen too much. I got Jax and Anivia in mid lane. I don't really want to try to kill Anivia early. It's going to be pretty hard with her passive. So I'm going bot lane. I'm going to keep pressuring bot lane and try to give them a lead. These are the strategy decisions that you as a jungler have to make that will push you over the edge, and you will see more wins. Seaman farming golems again. Going to go right back into bot lane. I know you guys that play bot lane a lot and do support ranged AD know how frustrating this can be when you get camped a lot. But I got them to blow 2 flashes earlier, and I look at every time I go back in the lane, I look and see what my best bet for a gank is. I love Nautilus just pressuring a lot early and throwing myself out there and trying to get those ganks off with those quick stun procs on the passive. You see right here, I'm going to set up a 3-1 trade in our favor. We're going to get all these guys down here. Anivia's going to show up, just get away for almost a 4-1 trade. We're going to give our mid no no more pressure for a little while. He's going to be free to push mid. So a lot of stuff gets done just by continuously ganking this lane over and over again. So make sure, you know, if you put stock in another lane and you have nothing to worry about all the way up at top lane. I know Kennan's 2-0. I know he's going to get out. He's got a lot of escapes. So that's why I'm focusing so much time on bot lane here. Now that I have such a lead and such an advantage, I know my scoreboard's off. Next time I export these, I'll make sure to have it on so you guys can track kills as well. I'm going to go right ahead, keep farming the jungle now, catch back up in levels a little bit because I've been ganking so heavy. You see I'm taking the double buffs, but as always when you get double buffs you want to make sure to at least try to throw a gank off. I see an open opportunity here. I know Kennan's really strong, really at a singed, and I'm still a little scared of singed late game, so I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that this lane never gets caught back up. I know how devastating that can be in solo queue. You got to make sure that you're keeping on top of things like that. And then the rest of this replay, you see right here, I'm going to make a fancy little flash over the wall to dodge Shen and then hook at Anivia to close that gap. Just barely missed the hook. And we secure that kill. And then eventually a double kill. At this point, the game is completely out of control for us. And it's going to be really hard to lose this kind of lead. Mostly by this just ridiculous amounts of ganks that I'm throwing out here. You see here, Nautilus been drinking, misses his Q, that's okay. A lot of ults are going to go down. You're going to see this fight break out. You're going to see I blocked this Ashe arrow from my Caitlyn. A lot of good stuff happening here. Get a kill, waste a Shen ult, and yeah, I'm just being a dead horse here. A lot of good things occurring because of that early game pressure. So much tankiness, so much CC. With Nautilus, I just want to make a quick note about some of the items here. I go mobility boots, Spirit of the Ancient Golem here, and then I build right into Aegis. Even though I'm fed, that tankiness on Nautilus, that constant, never-ending CC that you're going to get over such a long term, it's fine to build him tanky even though you, even if you have a big lead and you need that damage. Just like I said, being in the fight for so long and having such a good amount of CC, to me, I would rather not trade that for a ton of damage on Nautilus. I just don't think it's as good. Okay, so you guys have my core items. You see I go 10-0 and 6. The link will be in the description below. I give Kennen a 2-0 lead with these aggressive 3.8 jungle changes, rushing those double buffs, getting into top lane and getting it done. And then I use that advantage, and then I try to figure out where I can push that advantage further. I decide it's camping bot lane in this particular game. Okay, this is my first in a hopefully long series of guides called League of Guides. My name is Mark Neace, Neace of bingegaming.tv. Got a ton of stuff in the description for you. I wrote a Twisted Fate guide on LoLking. I'm playing a ton. I got a twitch.tv stream, so check out all that stuff. Check me out on Twitter and all that. And give me your questions, comments, concerns below so that I can make an awesome series for you guys here with the League of Guides series, alright? And it could be something that you guys will find useful in solo queue and norms or whatever, alright? This is Mark Neace, Neace of bingegaming.tv, giving you guys the first episode of League of Guides. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Thank you, League of Legends community, for giving my video a chance. On the left, a funny video, WTF Pantheon on the right, a travesty in the gaming community, abusive gamer boyfriends. Also, please subscribe, leave feedback in the comments section below, and if you want more live gameplay and commentary like this, be sure to check out my twitch.tv page. I'll leave that in the description as well. Thank you again, everybody, for stopping in.